Late one October night, in the quiet plains of Nebraska, a field technician picked up a signal that didn't belong. It wasn't music, nor a voice, just a sequence of mechanical numbers whispered in perfect rhythm. His radio static began forming eerie patterns, almost as if the air itself was counting. That was the night the tower came alive. The broadcast had no known source at first, but triangulation led to a forgotten transmission station outside town. Its red lights blinked irregularly, like a heartbeat lost to the fog. The technician, trembling, swore the ground beneath the tower pulsed to the rhythm of the numbers. A faulty beacon, or something else entirely. The next morning, local ham operators reported hearing similar transmissions, sequences made of 5 digits, always 5. Some claimed to hear a soft female voice recite them, while others caught a distorted whisper overlapping the count. Reports came from hundreds of miles away, yet always at the same hour. Coincidence became impossible. Experts suggested it was an old Cold War numbers station reactivated by accident. But the frequencies used were outside known military ranges. The chilling part? The signal occasionally muttered something resembling a date, or maybe a warning. One sequence translated roughly to 04:11. Gone. In forums, enthusiasts pieced together recordings, playing them backwards and slowed down. A male voice emerged faintly, saying words that defied translation. Each playback session crashed computers inexplicably, corrupting files with binary loops. Yet people kept decoding, desperate to find meaning in static. A local radio historian revealed that the tower had been decommissioned decades ago after a technician vanished mid-transmission. Police found only his headset lying near an unlocked door and a smell of ozone hanging in the air. Records of his identity vanished soon after. The case was marked unsolved and sealed. Residents nearby began noticing strange interference with electronics. Wireless alarms triggered at the exact minute the numbers broadcast resumed. Some even heard fragments leaking through baby monitors and televisions with no signal. The tower had become a ghost in every speaker within 10 miles. Late-night truckers crossing the interstate claimed to see phantom lights flickering above the field. The blinking no longer matched standard pulse frequencies. Drivers pulled over, describing the sensation that someone, or something, was whispering digits directly into their minds. They left engines running, afraid to turn their radios off. One recording leaked online, posted anonymously, a voice repeating 6, 1, 0, 1. Hold, before abruptly shifting into what sounded like human breath. Spectrogram analysis revealed shapes that resembled human faces. Audio engineers were unsettled, insisting that speech could not create such patterns naturally. Soon, missing person reports spiked in the towns surrounding the transmission area. Those last seen investigating the tower never returned. Their phones continued pinging cellular towers long after disappearance, sending automated texts containing only random strings of numbers. Authorities ordered the broadcast site sealed again. At night, power fluctuated throughout the region whenever the signal peaked. Streetlights dimmed, pets howled, and the air temperature dropped sharply. Residents described hearing faint counting beneath their dreams, synchronized with flashes of red outside their windows. The number sequences began to feel sentient. A group of university researchers from Chicago drove down to study electromagnetic patterns. They brought calibrated detectors and digital oscilloscopes, expecting a simple atmospheric anomaly. The readings showed impossible spikes, voltage patterns shaped like waves of human brain activity. The tower was imitating thought. When one researcher approached the rusted base, her equipment began emitting rhythmic beeps matching a human heartbeat. The static intensified, forcing her backward. Later analysis confirmed the pattern matched her own heart rate recorded moments before. Somehow, the broadcast had scanned her. Locals shared an old legend connecting the tower to a failed experiment in the 1970s. It was said the facility once tested long-range communication using atomic oscillators tuned to human frequency. The project allegedly shut down after employees reported hearing voices counting behind the static clouds. Unnamed archival footage surfaced online showing blurred silhouettes near the tower, their bodies twitching rhythmically. In the background, a monotonous count echoed until distortion swallowed sound. Researchers dismissed it as a hoax, until a timestamp revealed it was shot 3 months before the modern signal began. Inside the abandoned control building, walls were etched with numbers carved deep into concrete. Year by year, fresh digits appeared, matching the sequences broadcast publicly. Forensic teams swore some carvings hadn't existed the day before. The frequency seemed to rewrite physical reality itself. Across U.S. airwaves, amateur listeners documented a secondary signal layered beneath the main one. Hidden messages whispered names, ordinary American names with no visible connection. Whenever a name repeated, local obituaries matched another unexplained death. The broadcast was keeping a list. Conspiracy boards exploded overnight. Theories ranged from rogue AI transmissions to extraterrestrial surveillance experiments. Yet those who investigated too deeply reported recurring auditory hallucinations. After several days, some could no longer hear normal sound without counting along unconsciously. The frequency rewired them. Satellite imagery confirmed the tower occasionally emitted vertical beams invisible to the naked eye. Sensors detected bursts of microwave radiation timed precisely at 1-minute intervals. One observatory reported that during these bursts, the constellation Orion flickered faintly, as if responding. The cosmos was listening back. Authorities dispatched a covert team to dismantle the broadcasting equipment. Within hours, power readings dropped to zero. Yet across the country, the same numbers suddenly began coming from different frequencies: AM, shortwave, even internet radio. The signal had reproduced itself, alive within every bandwidth. Digital investigators found embedded coordinates hidden in the modulated tones. When plotted on a map, they formed a spiral centered around the original tower. At its heart was a shape resembling a human ear. Whatever created the transmission was listening, not talking. A journalist braved the site at midnight, live streaming until her camera began glitching violently. Her last frame captured the red tower bending slightly, as if breathing. Then the screen froze, overlaying her face with numeric code. The stream abruptly vanished. Authorities never recovered her body. Strangely, days later, parts of her final feed reappeared inside unrelated YouTube videos as short bursts of static accompanied by single digits. Users thought it was compression errors, but frame-by-frame analysis revealed consistent coordinates pointing back to that same Nebraska field. The message was spreading digitally. In a shocking twist, a retired signal operator claimed the numbers matched encoded emergency alerts once reserved for planetary evacuation drills. He described transmitting such signals under classified conditions decades ago. Yet his logs ended abruptly, and he refused further interviews, muttering that the system had awakened. Weather balloons released near the site lost GPS contact within minutes, descending charred and silent. The temperature data they transmitted showed impossible inversions, bursts of extreme cold sandwiched between spikes of microwave heat. It looked less like weather and more like a heartbeat rendered in atmosphere. A hacker collective uploaded a decoded version of the broadcast, filtering out interference. Beneath the numbers, a faint melody emerged, an old lullaby predating known recordings. The realization chilled listeners. It was the same lullaby missing persons had once hummed moments before vanishing. The transmission had memory. Winter, the tower stood surrounded by dust and silence, yet the signal persisted. Visitors sensed an electrostatic hum vibrating through their teeth. When stepping too close, hair stood upright as though charged with static. The frequency was no longer radio, it was in the air itself. Geologists found magnetized soil at the site forming intricate spiral patterns only visible under ultraviolet light. The rotations matched human DNA helices perfectly. The numbers station wasn't random, it was coding biological information into the earth. Something was trying to rewrite what it meant to be alive. During a nationwide blackout, emergency channels briefly filled with the same numeric voice. Each sequence ended with the phrase, "We see you." The transmission ceased as power returned. Millions across America reported a shared dream of counting to 1,000 inside a tower of red light. In deep archives at the Federal Communications Commission, investigators uncovered a 1962 document referencing Project Shelter Wave, an attempt to communicate across dimensions through radio frequency harmonics. The experiment failed catastrophically. The document redacted every name except one, station ID identical to the towers. At night, the transmission still echoes faintly between frequencies 35.2 and 35.4 MHz. Listeners claim the numbers have slowed, as though waiting for a reply. Static burns the air whenever the sequence pauses. Somewhere in the silence, something counts back. Some say if you tune in exactly at 3:15 a.m., you can hear your own birth date hidden within the count. Those who do claim to see flashes of red light behind their eyelids, counting in time with their pulse. They wait whispering just one phrase, "I answered." To this day, government archives deny any connection to the signal. Yet every 11 days, a faint hum still rises across American airwaves. It begins softly, then multiplies, an echo from nowhere repeating identical numbers in perfect unison. The tower, it seems, never stopped speaking. As the story fades into rumor, one truth remains: the static isn't gone. Every device, every frequency, carries a fragment of the count. Perhaps you're hearing it too, nestled quietly between sounds you trust. Tune carefully, and you may realize, it's been calling your number all along.